I was watching one of Two Wheeled Willie's videos recently. I noticed behind him as one of the props, he's got a bright orange bucket, which is quite a characterful bucket. And I think actually he should make that a bit of a character in the show, put a smiley face on it, a bit like Tom Hanks did to Wilson in Castaway. But it got me thinking, and I thought, I know, what does everybody love to talk about? And let's just talk about buckets. You use a bucket to wash a motorcycle. Let's talk about buckets. It's about to bucket down, so let's make this video quickly. It's going to be a short one. Hopefully it'll be quite entertaining. Okay, so what do you need before you die? Or Susie?
Before you kick the bucket?
Before you kick the bucket, you need to have a collection of buckets. It's like a bucket list thing, isn't it? Right, so let's start with the humble black bucket. Okay, so article 1 on our list. This is a small to medium bucket, metal handle, no grab handle there, so if it's very heavy it's going to pull a little bit on your fingers. Car washing, motorcycle washing bucket is commonly used for. Contains a few things like a sponge with a bug remover on the side there, and then for the finer parts of the paintwork, a lamb's wool mitt. So if you want to wash your car or motorcycle, you put your washing solution in, add the hot warm water, nice, loads of bubbles, off you go. Okay, now on something a little bit more interesting, and this is from Willie's channel.
That's basic in my opinion.
Let's put it up there. This is the B&Q bucket. Why do we call it the B&Q bucket? Because it is branded in the B&Q colours. I suspect they did that on purpose. Marketing would be able to tell the true story, but it's a bigger bucket than the black one, and actually a little bit more advanced because it's got a handle there. Oh no. You could use it for carrying water, liquids, but we could also use it to carry the pile of wood. Quite a useful utilitarian device. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to go up the level of complexity to the garden bucket. Now, it's horticultural in nature because it's got this dark green colouring, and it's a little bit more friendly to your girlfriend or wife if you leave it lying around the garden. So if I come over to the flowers, I can just put this bucket there, and it will attract less attention and annoyance than one of the brighter coloured buckets.
Questionable, but okay, I like your theory. 2
handles, which makes it different from the previous one. Flexible plastic. Use it for carrying soil or plants or things like that. Cuttings from the garden. Okay, now we're going to go to the other end of the spectrum, and this is the builder's bucket. Something you definitely can't leave lying around the garden. Very flexible, used for carrying rubble, bright yellow.
So gross.
Left over from when the builder built our extension, so he just left this here as a present. I do find it quite useful, so I'm not going to throw it away, but you can't leave it lying around the garden.
He says he can't, but he does.
But he does. Okay, so with that, we've got a wild card now before I switch over to Suzie. This is not strictly a bucket for carrying water, but it's a little present which I got bought for my birthday. And this is actually the barbecue bucket. So the humble bucket has been combined with man's best friend, a barbecue, to form a barbecue bucket. So you put the coal in, and you can actually move it when it's been lit if you've put it in the wrong place and smoke's billowing all over the people that you're wanting to cook for, which happened to me. Then you can pick the barbecue bucket up, move it without burning yourself to a new location. But it's about to bucket down, so now we're going to switch to Suzie to do the final 2 objects or buckets.
I don't like you filming the house if there's mess. Babe. Is that better?
Yeah.
Hi everybody. So it has, I'm holding this, so it's a little bit of a giveaway about what I'm going to talk about. A little bit of a homemade filter. It has started bucketing it down, as Sean predicted. So I've been roped in, I don't know if that's a bucket analogy, but we'll go with that, to doing one on something that Sean thought was relevant to me. So he's asked me to do this, which isn't a bucket, it's the petrol can, but the red, i.e. fire, definitely resonates with me. I get that, I'm a fire sign.
Dangerous, it's a dangerous colour.
Apparently I'm a dangerous article. So I'm hoping that he is linking that with passion as opposed to being fiery, but probably a bit of both. So this is something that isn't a bucket, but is a container that Sean uses a lot in his biking world, especially when he's doing track days. And you could call this a kind of bucket. We've made a filter out of a plastic bottle. So that's my addition to this fabulous video. So, oh, I'm supposed to wrap up. Gosh. So I feel a bit honoured about this.
Should we thank Two-Wheeled Willie for his inspiration?
Thank you, Two-Wheeled Willie. Not just for your inspiration, but for also being such a good friend and fellow vlogger to Sean. Yeah, just Sean's going to speak.
We'll look forward to his towel video because he took inspiration from you.
So I need a prompter here. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm reading the prompter. So we look forward to your towel video, Two-Wheeled Willie. Yeah, and anyway, this is me saying goodbye. I'm usually much better at doing videos, but I'm a bit thrown off by the bucket. Give me tantra or something naughty or yoga to talk about, brilliant. But buckets, I'm a bit So I'm just going to say thanks everyone for supporting the channel. This is Mrs. Mindful here. See you in the next one.